every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego die the political. My ego don't come. This one not they off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come. Man of the masses. Mayegunda yari politico.
Hello there.
Mayegunda wamo la moto do. Mayegunda yari.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun dá wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from, right? Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell them, Mayegun tún ti dé o. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo.
Godfather is in. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun Diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Everywhere you go, online, offline, everybody is singing. All eyes on Judiciary. All eyes on Judiciary. All eyes on Judiciary.
Mayegun ti dé, ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Thank you so much. Remember, you need to like this broadcast for a lot of people to see it. You need to share it too, right? And then read the caption, read the description before you sit back, relax, and be part of this tonight. Share the broadcast. Niger Republic is also popping up on our conversation tonight as well. Remember that. And for those who believe that I don't have good news about Nigeria, I have one, at least tonight. Seyi Tinubu is going to employ 10,000 youth and train them to be skaters. You will be paid. Okay, but today, So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and then a good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Things are moving too fast in Nigeria than they want you to possibly believe. However, as bad as things are getting, there are those who conducted a poll from Lagos, and they said 62% of you Nigerians are so happy with Tifnumbu. Ironically, it probably means more than 92% of you are currently thinking, did you ever actually envisage this? I'm just saying. However, ladies and gentlemen, as things get harder and harder, the Mr. Strategists, Tifnumbu with experience, well, it doesn't seem all this is going to go away by anytime soon. Anyway, so let's take it one after the other. Tifnumbu, who has been kind of a little bit incommunicado lately, right, seems to have been so good in perfecting the scheme of trial and error, and they've done that with already belly ground Nigeria economy under Bukwari. Now the trial and error has further possibly slit the throat of what is left of Nigeria. Today, a lot of people are groaning and crying and kind of, lamenting, and some are indeed adjusting. Businesses are dying, jobs are being lost, including lives. But to Tifnumbu and gang, you still have a lot to sacrifice according to them, which somehow has started making that statement of all eyes on the Nigeria Judiciary to begin to trend. That is trending right now, which means a lot of Nigerians are waiting to see if the judiciary will save them from Kolu or not. Whatever that will lead to, but it is currently trending. And it is not trending because of just the election. It's because of the aftermath of it. Because the criminals who indeed replaced themselves and shoveled themselves, they haven't changed. The same attitude, okay, the same rascality, that brought Nigeria to this sorry state. They haven't changed it. They've kind of continued. But for those of you who genuinely believe that the judiciary would have to kill itself in legitimizing Tifnumbu, it is ideal to keep all those points and facts always fresh in the minds of the people, so that when the judiciary, who is now saying they are being pressurized by who? Well, those who are pressurizing them are also helping the judiciary answer the question. And they are blaming those of you who are asking the judiciary to do the right thing. It's been done. There are instances. But when you say all eyes on judiciary, I want to help you kind of widen it so that you can see other mess that the same judiciary you probably are counting on are doing in helping legitimize other fraud, criminality in this same 2023 charade called election. So, if the entire place is going to go up in smoke, I bet you can multitask. If you are waiting on the center, the presidential judiciary, to give the right judgment, which is expected according to your law, right? you should be looking other areas too, which I'm going to kind of bring together in this conversation, okay? However, all eyes on judiciary, that same Nigeria judiciary, the most corrupt of them all, right, is trending and is making the powers that be uncomfortable. Remember when they choose the date for their tribunal, it was kind of with a timetable, okay? They said the time the petitioners were going to present their case, defendant would defend, all of them would submit their written addresses. All of these were kind of, framed, kind of, right? But when it got to the part where, when would you deliver the judgment, it has become a big, big debate. Now, why is it a debate in the first place? Because nobody really trusts the judiciary, your Nigerian judges, who are mostly interested in looking for technicalities than the evidence and their law. Okay? Why is it so difficult to pick a date? Like, why should the people be asking for that date? And then there are other things going on behind the scene, which are, I just read it somewhere that there is this law in Nigeria, they call it a jack law. Don't ask me the full meaning, but I can explain what it means in practice. And what that means is that if you are wanted by the authority, and you are kind of unreachable, they can't find you, they can arrest your family member, your friends, your, people who know you. Because according to their terrorist law, they can use that on you to draw you out from wherever you are. And this is not being used on terrorists. It's being used on Nigerians who actually expresses themselves or by any chance expose any official secrets to the world. So you will be used that JAG law to track you. If they can't find you, they can take your parents, they can arrest you. Meanwhile, according to the same Nigeria law, that is illegal. You cannot arrest somebody for a crime of another person. But because things have gotten so heated up behind the scene that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, right, was confirmed to have met with Tifnumbu's people in London while pretending to be on a medical trip. And he wasn't alone. There were other judges from the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Now, when that rumor broke out, it started as a rumor, right? When it won't go away, more and more and more and more evidence started coming out. They came out to deny it and said the Chief Justice only went for medical treatment abroad. So what about the pack of other passport that he was carrying? The judges, when they released their names, they are members of the Nigeria Supreme Court. What followed was the PR for the Chief Justice, okay? To make it look like some people are targeting him, okay? Like some people are trying to discredit him because they don't love Nigeria. So at the end of the day, after issuing a disclaimer, they had to issue a warning. That's the first one. There are reports that Tifnumbu, Oples Uzodinjo of Imo, with a wiki of Rivers, they have, including the DSS director, they have met with, they had a meeting where they were sent to the judges of the tribunal with all of the compromise they have on them by threatening them, intimidating them, and telling them that they shouldn't be pressurized because it's called pressure. Asking them to do the right thing is called pressure. Okay? So, the real pressure is coming from the man who actually submitted forged school certificates, forged birth certificates, and then lied about them in the same document he submitted to the same security agent in Nigeria for vetting. Okay? The same person who has a case in the United States of America, a case that borders on drug trafficking, heroin trafficking. The forfeiture that they didn't deny, but they said it's been for a long time. At least he didn't go to jail. So therefore, all the person with all of these baggages is the one with real pressure. Because if they have to do the right thing, like how they removed the NNPP House of Rep member from Kano few days ago because of forging school certificates, primary school certificates, the tribunal removed him in Kano. Tifnumbu forged birth certificates, forged the school certificates. I mean, take a look at this. This was what Tifnumbu submitted, right, to INEC. It's fake. Do you understand? It is fake. Because from the same institution, this is what their certificate actually looks like. So all of this evidence are with the tribunal. I beg, who is pressuring the judges? Or who should be, or who would be pressuring the judges in this instance? So there are evidence of that. They came out, they denied it. There are also the report that Fashola Werewike is the wife of Odili, and the rest of them are also doing another round on the same tribunal judges. In fact, they were writing the judgment. Now, first, they denied it. Second, they started going after everybody, talking about the judges to do the right thing or not. It's fake news, according to them, right? But they went as far as looking for the family members of the people that shared the same reports published by majority of Nigerian media. It's like me coming here now and put a header and say, Fashola Werewike are writing the the court judgment right now. And then, quote and unquote, right? And I say, media or Uche or Abdullahi or Adewale. Then I wanted to talk about it based on whatever they presented. And then the next thing, they start picking up my families in Nigeria. Why are they triggered? Who is under pressure and who is pressuring who? There are many, many instances of forgery that if they have to follow their law, the case is like concluded. When they said they should disqualify him, it's based on your law. It's not based on just because you think they lost election. Tifnumbu didn't win any election. I'm not saying you didn't vote for him. I'm not saying that at least some of you actually killed people for him. Even in Lagos State, where you brought out Oro, you brought out Diagbero, you brought out all of these people, the military and the police, they are there for you. Even INEC to change the result for you. But yet you got beaten blue-black in that same Lagos. Completely rejected. So I'm not saying you didn't vote for him. I'm not saying people didn't. What I'm saying is that he never won any election. Ever. Because there's no any evidence. Anyway, so who is under pressure? Who is not? Jide Sanwo-Iku, Ade Gator, Ade Pointer, Governor Pointer and Kill of Lagos is also facing similar thing. Forgery, left, right, and center. I'll tell you about that one in Lagos. Before we come back to this, all eyes on judges, all eyes on judiciary. We are coming to that. Right? Sanwo-Iku that managed to get under the radar in Lagos. You know, he's my own brother from Ijebu. He's not from Lagos State. I mean, do I need to remind you of that, right? Sanwo-Iku is from Ijebu Ife in Ijebu. However, his parents, who were in Lagos, born in Lagos, raised in Lagos or whatever, we don't know what happened. Sanwo-Iku used a forged primary school certificate from from Ijebu-Ife. So when they went back to his school for the first time, he's been a first-time governor already. Now second time it is. Apart from rigging parts or the figures, numbers, no, they had up. Leave that one. That one is the voting, Abi. We are talking about criminals hiding under the radar until someone somewhere decided to open everything up. And it became a thing. You know what they said? They had to go to Ijebu-Ife. It's like me who went to Dogbolu Muslim primary school, Dogbolu. And you can't go to the same Muslim primary school. My name is not there. Or I tell you that I went to Odogbolu Grammar School. These are like primary, secondary education that are so available in Yoruba land until these guys decided to make it a luxury for our people. When I was growing up, primary, secondary school is like it's always there. Standard. There is no private school that you have today that you have to send your children to where they are drawing on the wall, on the fence of school, to A for apple, B for no. Proper schools. Yeah, we have our kindergarten, what you could later call kindergarten, KG. Now, Jelly Simi with a column for Yoruba land that time. I don't know what they call it in your own language, by the way. Jeki Ileu Simi, just go somewhere like a creche, like daycare. So how could you miss that? How could you even forge that certificate? So that one is happening in Lagos right now. Not just that, the deputy, that one had American citizenship. There's nothing wrong in having dual citizenship according to Nigeria law. Don't get me wrong, their law allow you to have dual citizenship or how many citizenship you want to have. And you can become anything you want to become in Nigeria with your citizenship of any country, but Nigeria president. That one, they believe that you must renounce dual citizenship. Leave them. If you want to be president of Nigeria, you have to drop them. And you have to publicly renounce them. But Nigeria is a criminal or crime scene. So this one in Lagos denied that he has dual citizenship, where they asked him in INEC form, he denied. Okay. That became an issue. Guess how they defended that? Just the same way they defended that Tifnumbu said dual citizenship. Dual citizenship of Guinea for Tifnumbu. When his lawyer, Iron Nepekun, went to court, that one a senior advocate of nonsense. So chief senior advocate of nonsense. They have been rigging the judiciary before everybody now brought this searchlight on all of them. And that's how they all go and figure out how they all become senior advocate of nonsense that they have actually proven to be. You will realize that everything is rigged. No substance, no nothing. Just legal jargons to sound like legal mind. My learned colleague, bunch of scam artists existing in a crime scene, a contraption called Nigeria. They put them to test in their trial. Joke, bunch of clowns. Legal luminary, legal mind. They are billionaires, so they have money. They have connections here and there. They have that power because they have managed to rig the system in favor of criminals. How do you think criminals succeeded in Nigeria? Lawyers like Iron Nepekun, spewing nonsense that generations cannot even look at and say, wow, this is absolute madness. For example, how do you explain the Tifnumbu said dual citizenship? Because by law, that should lead to automatic disqualification. Just same with his forgery. He committed a crime by forging certificates, right? And then lying under oath. That is perjury. 10 years in jail. That is what your Nigeria law says, 10 years in jail. So he committed forgery. Through forgery, he committed perjury. Then, when they asked him, do you have dual citizenship? He said no. So somebody brought that out. God bless you, Jare David. Somebody brought that out and said, here is the evidence. When Iron Nepekun will defend that at your tribunal, you know what he said? He said the passport has expired. Therefore, Tifnumbu said Guinean citizenship has also expired. Learned senior advocate of nonsense. So in Nigeria, in Lagos, the same Ironekun defending Hamzat, you know what he said? He said Hamzat went to America, okay, to help Nigeria foreign exchange. He said Hamzat went to America and deliberately became America's citizen so that he can be remitting money from diaspora to Nigeria to help Nigeria economy. That is the defense that Hamzat Nko lied that he was an American citizen. All these lies are like that, right? Yeah, there is another one. If you go to Enugu right now, the governor of Enugu State, Peter Umba, I have never seen anything like that in my life. But Nigeria, you are welcome. You can always have them there. Peter Umba is a lawyer. How did he become a lawyer? No idea. He knew he wanted to run for office and become governor in Nigeria. And he knew what it takes to be running for that by law. Somebody who should know the law, Abi. Then he declared that they said if you don't serve. Meanwhile, that also applied to Tifnumbu as well. I didn't know that Tifnumbu is also bearing Adekunle until when forged NYSC passing out certificates of Tifnumbu. I know you only know about the drug this, drug that too. Tifnumbu also forged NYSC passing out certificates that he served. I swear it's at the tribunal. They submitted that as part of evidence. And they call him Bola Ahmed Adekunle Tinubu something. How? When? Anyway, this Peter Umba was asked to present the evidence that he served in NYSC. Guess what Peter Umba did? A lawyer. He went straight to court. In the tribunal, that popped up. Apart from, I'm not talking about the rigging figure now. This is not even INEC this. I'm talking about documentation. That if your law is your law, they are just like automatic disqualification. We shouldn't even be having any conversation about these guys. But it is Nigeria. Yeah? This Peter Umba went to court and he told the court, he asked the court that the court must stop the tribunal. The court must stop the tribunal from asking him for his NYSC certificate. He also asked the court to stop NYSC from talking about his certificate he said they issued to him. He also asked the court should stop the NYSC from bearing witness at the tribunal on his NYSC certificate. What are you hiding? 3 prayers from court. And you know something? He got all of the 3 prayers from Nigeria court. Nigeria court said NYSC must not testify. NYSC must never say anything about his certificate. The tribunal must not ask for his certificate. In Nigeria, the same judiciary, so I just thought I should spread it that way so that you can have an idea what you are up against. And you can have an idea where the pressure is really coming from. Is the pressure coming from you asking them to get it done over with? Stop all this, stop delaying it, making it look like people will be kind of they wear you out until it doesn't really matter or you don't really have that energy anymore. That's what they are doing, Abi. So who is pressuring who? The tribunal judges that sat through all of the whole thing. So it's going to take them longer time to think about what is right than when listening to all of the evidence. Like, I don't understand. Who are they talking to? So if there's any pressure, is that pressure coming from you asking them to get it and done over with. Tell us the date and come and deliver whatever you want to deliver so we will know what is next. Is that you or the people that are asking them to hold on? I mean, who are they holding on to? Who are they? I mean, I don't know how it works, but they are saying that you are pressuring the judges. You are saying a lot of things. And at this point, they will use that their jack law on you. Every time you push about judiciary, all eyes on judiciary, and every other thing you cook out there, whether them be truth, whether them be lies, you will be treated as terrorists until when they are comfortable of making the announcement. And same thing goes for the Supreme Court. The whole thing will be dragged until Tifnumbu is celebrating 1 year in office. And as usual, they were already telling you, move on, election is over. Of course, election was over. But the consequences of what happened is now biting every one of you so hard. Now everybody, they cry. Stop telling people that they will cry for 7 years. They will cry for 7 years, 10 months. Baba, the worst type of cry, you see people who cry out. That's what I learned too, okay? It's very healthy, okay? If you feel if you feel sad, if you feel disappointed, heartbroken, sure you get that it got you to that stage of being teary or cry, like shake. It is very healthy to cry out. Speak it out. Let it out, let everything out. If you have to cry and not do that, it is very healthy. You know what is not healthy? Living in denial. You know that one? It is the silent killer. Living in denial when you know what has changed or what is changing or what you are going through. Or you are putting up a smile anyway. Not just that, you are even saying those who are crying, they will cry forever because things are getting better. Living in denial is like somebody with the bottle in own pain, his own cry, bottling it. It is a silent killer. It is worse. And people should feel sorry for you when you say that. You will cry for another 5 years. You will cry for another 10 years. Really? It is healthy to speak out and let it out. And sincerely speaking, majority of those who are speaking out are kind of better off. I'll tell you. A lot of people, whether they are in Nigeria or not in Nigeria, right? They have never expected anything from the same rogues that looted and depleted Nigeria to what Nigeria has become. So they are not expecting anything. Which means when all this starts happening, or when they started happening, you know what happened? A lot of people were able to kind of adjust, manage through, and being kind of finding their means. Those who couldn't are kind of getting out of Nigeria because they can get out of Nigeria. Do you understand what I mean? But those of you who had this audacity of hope in empty people, in kleptomaniacs, you are those who are suffering. You are not just speaking out. May I tell you? When you were ready to kill, when you are shouting your Yoruba Ronu, when you are doing your Muslim, religious this and that, did you ever think things are going to get this bad? Did you? Tell me. Be honest. A lot of you said you thought Buhari was the problem. And that was why you decided to go that dark because of this call. A lot of you went so dark to so many dark places, to that darkest places. There are some of you probably never saw yourself becoming this dark-hearted because you thought
Buhari was the problem. He was the one who just doesn't listen. He was the one who was so clueless. Tifnumbu built Lagos. Tifnumbu built people. You were living in denial. In a real denial. And because of that, you went dark on your fellow suffering Nigerians. You were all suffering under Buhari APC. But you thought Buhari was the problem. Did you ever tell yourself the truth? I knew he would remove subsidy. Okay. What was your expectation if you knew he was going to remove subsidy and all of that? Because he had the political way to do it. He's the one who can. Now, did you envisage this mess? Did you? And it is going to get worse. Oh my, worse. It is not a cause. It's going to get worse because these guys have no idea of how to build a country. They are like these baboons. Look at them. They hijacked a car. Yeah? A nice car. But the problem right now is they can't drive it. So you see this picture depicts what Nigeria has become under these criminals. Right? They hijacked Nigeria. Yeah? Like a car. But the problem right now is to drive it. They can't. Do you see why I said it's going to get worse? I can further explain this through the real life happenings under them. So when you build hope that they are going to invest in electricity, invest in infrastructure, invest in manufacturing, help industry to create jobs, good paying jobs, improve the strength of the Naira against other currencies around the world, improve the lives of Nigerians. I'm just like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? With these guys, same ones, same one that he built Lagos. When Fashola chased people for Oshodi, it was like the 10th wonder of the world. Have you forgotten? He built Lagos, he will build Nigeria. From what? From clay and water. I don't know. So do you see why some of us are not really in any way disappointed? Because we don't expect anything from them. You shouldn't too. So you didn't plan for this. You didn't prepare for this. Look at this. Came so early. So what has changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed. The poor keeps getting poorer because by design, that is how it's going to be. The thieves getting richer and richer by design. That is how it is expected to be. So where is that hope coming from? From your deluded mind, believing that those who helped Buhari destroy Nigeria, they will suddenly make Nigeria better. I don't get that. Let's roll it back a bit. When Obasanjo became president of Nigeria, at the time, well, Nigeria was almost ground zero, if not ground zero. And then came Yaradua. Numbers don't lie. Deficit on their budget, GDP growth rate, And then came Jonathan. And look at all of them. The whole thing started depreciating under Jonathan. Then the disaster came in. Bokwari from 2015. Same thing on their budget deficit where they were borrowing to spend, not borrowing to invest and improve the value of that loans, right? These are graphics. So if you don't understand graphic and all that, no worry. Just a look at like that. As you do your screen like that, just a look at. You will understand it very soon. Okay? So here is, okay, let's actually bring together the ones that are close by at the time. Jonathan. But before Jonathan, this guy, when it comes under debt to be stolen or debts to be invested, and what impact did those have on Nigeria until you got to this stage? Then Jonathan came. He made so much money. He was still able to kind of keep the debt of Nigeria at the time around $7 billion. Then the disaster came in. Bokwari, APC, Egbekegbe, and boom, 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 boom. Everywhere stew, everywhere red, because the thieves were in charge. The repercussion of that, by using the same graphic, is Odo, not new one, no. So you come by this. The effect of all of this on Nigerian, what have you, as well as, you know, how they took care of themselves and how things got out of hand from those who came to save Nigeria. Thieves can't save anybody. It's just not possible, okay? But let's go take a look at the effects. So afterward, what did you get? Unemployment too, exchange rate too, price per fuel, inflation, and all of that, which are direct impact on the rest of you, the rest of us, by the way, because now everybody, they collect, except if you're also living in denial, like some of these loonies. Anyway, all eyes on judiciary. People started making statements with them, you know, like printing T-shirts, you know, printing souvenirs, and then putting up a billboards, telling them that all our eyes are on you. Because the report we are now getting is that since they have already used the foreign reserve of Nigeria as collateral for loan, and most of the assets of Nigeria have been sold to themselves at cheap prices, and there is no chance that you're going to get all of this back from these rogues. So therefore, there is not going to be any difference from what is happening to Naira right now. When people said Naira is being devalued, experts have started coming out to say nobody is devaluing Naira. Naira is actually moving to its original value right now. You see, Nigeria has lived a lie for so long. These criminals, they have made you live a lie for so long. They were depleting Nigeria. Nigeria was they've made Nigeria a very, very poor country. And that is why Nigerians are the poorest, they have the highest number of the poorest people on this surface of the earth. Take that to the bank. That's what they have done. They have been lying to you. In all honesty, a country as big as Nigeria, okay, a country as big as Nigeria, who can't make any production of anything, that is massive enough, right, to cater for all the need of those in Nigeria and take over, use that massive size to take over the West African market. For years, Nigerian criminal leaders, they have made you a beggarly country, a big for nothing country, unfortunately. Sure you get. So they were using the crude oil to power Naira. Any small thing, they will say, Nigeria is the highest exporter of crude oil in Africa. Bam, crude oil. Nigeria will be one of those that will determine the price of crude oil then. So Naira, okay, let's give them this value. Oh, you have crude oil. Let's give them this value. Today, the crude oil is almost useless now. Yeah, no thanks to the criminal leaders you have in Nigeria. It's almost useless. At a point, nobody wanted to buy Nigeria crude oil. Do you remember that time? Nigeria crude oil were in vessels all over the international water, floating here and there for months. Nobody won't buy them. Nobody won't pay. Remember? During the corona time. Okay. So when the crude oil was no longer bringing the what have you anymore, what happened? Naira started nosediving. The criminals who didn't invest in the local industry or anything at all, no manufacturing, no nothing, that they invested hugely and massively in and patronized. So their secrets, their yansh opened up. So what happened? Naira is now like almost nothing. And that's exactly the value of Naira. The value of your currency is based on what you have in backing it up. Some people back their currency with gold. So whatever you want to back your currency with, you must be very honest, sincere, because that is your life. If the value of your currency, right, becomes a trash, you are finished as a people. Ask those who are businessmen and women from Nigeria, ask them what they face when they have to do their trade in order to serve that same Nigeria, all because of the valueless Naira. Ask those business people. They'll tell you more. So when you see those who have gold, when they want to back their currency of their country with gold, that gold, they make sure that it is not for all Tom, Dick, and Harry. It is not for compensation of family of anybody. This is our country. And if anything should happen to it, we are done for. Yes, you are done for. Like they have destroyed that black gold called the crude oil in Nigeria and many other things like that. So what do you have to back it? You see, you have to depend on importing almost everything. Almost everything. So when they say they are devaluing Naira, the Naira is big. No. Naira is going to its real value until you have a real country, until you have people the real people who know what they are doing. And in this instance, in Nigeria, that is like looking for diamond inside sawdust. Except somebody keep it there, you will never find one. You know what I mean? Except somebody keep it there, right? Maybe you could, maybe you would never. Because the sawdust are the criminals who have polluted the entire space. Okay? So when people were like, all eyes on judiciary, I'm like, your judiciary are so here, they are same humans, right? And if I am very much honest with myself, the ideal thing I can tell you is, okay, you should manage your expectation so that it doesn't sound like, what are you saying? Because people are taking it serious for real, right? They are pasting, like I said, they are printing chairs, they are printing souvenirs, telling people who cares to listen. At some point, they are like doing some small rallies to say, all eyes on judiciary or else we are dead in the hands of this guy. So, and they are responding too. Somebody put this up somewhere, I think it was in Abuja or so. Another person put this up, I think somewhere in Abuja, but they couldn't take this. So they have started taking down all of this Billboard. Like I said, when they see you share this, you are considered as somebody who is trying to intimidate the judges. So the judges should just give you the date for your judgment. And I think with that, maybe this whole thing, I don't know, right? So others, for example, they saw this flag boy in Abuja, and it was all about all eyes on judiciary, all eyes on judiciary, everywhere you turn to, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right now on the street of Abuja, this is flag said to myself, no, I'm going to revise back to capture this moment. Yeah. All eyes on the judiciary. All eyes on the judiciary. Give me the other one. Give me the other one already. I love this vibe. Yes, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Well done, well done, well done. Give me the way, dude. Give me the way. Give me the way. Give me the way.
Like I said, on the street. But here is one of those billboards. And someone saw one, I think it was in Warri, somewhere in Delta State, by the way. Short one. So, all eyes on judiciary, as they say. But I'm going to hold on that, all right? And we will come back to it. Do you know that this issue of Niger Republic and the war in Niger that is looming, a lot of information flying here and there, but there are some twists coming into it as well. The other day, I think I shared with you the protest in Kano and in Katsina against the ECOWAS invasion of Niger. I did. And I also told you that the protest wasn't against Tifnumbu or Nigeria. The protest was against Christians. Yes, Christians. They believe that Christians are those who are asking for ECOWAS to invade Niger. But they are not stopping there. They are also now accusing the man that they said is from the southern Kaduna, chief of general staff, or is he chief of army staff? Anyway, their imams and all of them are beginning to spread that misinformation, which they believe if a Niger Republic is attacked, the Christian community in northern Nigeria should not go to sleep. They will be attacked too, because they know that the man, they are saying it, they said they know the man that is leading ECOWAS to attack Niger Republic is the newly appointed Southern Kaduna general, which is not true. However, I may not understand Hausa, but if you understand Hausa, do us a favor. Drop the summary of what you are about to watch. Help me drop that in the comments. I'll come back and tell you what I know he said.
Tun daga kan shugaban ƙasa zuwa ƙasa, wallahi billahi duk wanda ya kuskure wallahi za mu fito mu gaya masa. Allahu akbar. Ba wani mutumin da muke shayi ko shakka. rahama Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa sallam ya ce idan taqal muslimani bi sayfayhima alqatil wal maqtul fi nar idan musulmi guda biyu suka yaƙe ƙeniya tsakanin su da takubba da makamai da wanda ya kashe da wanda aka kashe duka za a sa su wuta sai mai tambaya ya ce ya rasulallahi haza huwa alqatilu wa ma balul maqtul ya rasulallahi wannan fa shi ya kashe to me yayi laifin wanda aka kashe manzon Allah ya ce fa innahu harithun ala qatl sahibi ai shi ma din yayi kwadayin da ya samu damar shi zai kashe wancan damar ce bai samu ba shi aka kashe to mu musulmi hatta yanda ake rabon fada sai da alqur'ani ya koya mana Allah ya ce wa in da'ifatani minal mu'minina tatalu idan bangarorin musulmi biyu suka yaƙe ƙeniya wannan ya yaƙi wannan wannan ya yaƙi wannan to sai Allah ya ce to a samu wasu waɗanda ba su cikin yaƙin bari in kwatanta da ECOWAS koko to ce ECOWAS don iyayenki ga umarnin Allah
Allahu akbar
Allah ya ce wa in da'ifatani minal mu'minina tatalu fa aslihu bainahuma ku yi sulhu tsakaninsu sai Allah ya ce fa in bagat ihdahuma alal ukhra in ɗaya ta ƙetare iyaka akan ɗaya fa qatilul lati tabghi to ku yaƙi wadda ta bagayu akan ƴar uwarta hatta tafi a ila amrillah har sai ta dawo ta bi umarnin Allah fa in fa'at in ta dawo fa aslihu bainahuma bil adli wa aqsidu
inna Allah muqsit
to ku masu adalci ku daidaita tsakaninsu a karanta ma kowa nasin hadisi da na alqur'ani domin inna Allah yuhibbul muqsidin Allah yana son waɗanda yake masu adalci me yasa aka ce ku yi haka domin innamal mu'minuna ikhwatun kadai kurin waɗanda yake ɗan uwan juna su ne mu'minai saboda haka fa aslihu baina akhawaykum to dan me za a zo da rana tsaka a hada mu fada da Niger din nan tsakanin Niger idan mutum ya karanta infaqul mawisur na sarkin musulmi Bello zaka gane da Niger da Najeriya ƙasa ɗaya ce da gangan aka raba mu biyu addinin mu ɗaya yanayin siffar jikin mu ɗaya yanayin yanda akwai Fulani a Niger akwai Fulani a Najeriya akwai Hausawa a Niger akwai Hausawa a Najeriya ba mu da bambanci kuma su kusan 95 bisa 100 mazaunan ƙasar su ma gaba ɗaya musulmi ne to ke muslim ticket
Allahu akbar
kya je ki yaki ƙasar musulmi
Allahu akbar
wani irin ɗabi'a ne wannan wani irin musulunci ne wannan in ga cikin mu nan gurin ina ko rantsuwa ne da Allah ba zan kafara ba akwai DSS a cikin mu jami'an tsaron da suke daukar rahoto su kai ma gwamnati to da Allah ku gaya ma mai girma Tinubu shugaban ƙasar Najeriya mu 'yan Najeriya ba mu zaɓe shi don ya jawo mana fada daga ƙasar waje ba cewa akwai abubuwa guda 5 wanda aka ce shugaba ya karewa al'ummarsa na ɗaya ya kare masu mutuncinsu tun daga zagi ko duka ko zunguri ko wani abu mai kama da wannan na biyu ya kare masu dukiyarsu da ɓarawan zaune da na tsaye da mai haɗa satar ka yaƙe shi na uku ka tsarewa mutane hankalinsu na hudu ka tsarewa mutane nasabarsu na biyar ka tsarewa mutane addininsu cikin abin da aka lissafa ɗin nan ina magana jawo faɗa tsakaninmu da wata ƙasa mu babu wani mutumin da za mu goyi baya ya zo ya wargaza arewan nan da su Saddauna suka yi ɗawainiyar kafa